Okay guys, welcome back to ClippyDP. I know this is a clipping channel, but I'm also going to be using this for fun tutorials like this. So in this video, as you've read from the title, I'm going to be learning chess with you. And even though I've played chess a lot around 2 or 3 years ago, I can teach you a bit while talking to you. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be using these two websites, leechess.org and Chess Sigma. So basically, uh, leechess.org is a website where you can play all of your games for free, all of your puzzles, games, and you can play against the computer for free, and you can join tournaments, play in tournaments, etc. And Chess Sigma is basically the analyzing website which you can use to learn chess for free. So basically, you can link your chess.com accounts and leechess.org accounts. You can fetch recent games. You can fetch recent games, and these are your top 10 games that are gonna come. And then you can just click on any one of them, and then you can analyze your games here, just the way you do in chess.com, but this is for free. So if you want to analyze your games, I would suggest you use Chess Sigma for your analyzing. And then let's move on to the chess basics. So basically, I'm gonna learn chess basics with you. Of course, I know the chess basics, but if you don't, I'm gonna teach you how to. So if you're already familiar with chess, the movements of pieces and all, I would suggest instead of watching videos where they teach you openings, gambits, and all that, instead of that, I would suggest you practice puzzles, practice tactics and puzzles instead of openings and gambits and any sort of that shitty stuff. I have watched a lot of these gambit videos and all, and none of these were actually that beneficial for me. When you analyze your games, you'll find out uh, they are more high risk, low reward games. So I would suggest you strengthen your opening, the middle game, and the end game using puzzles. So I used to be really strong at puzzles. My whole rating was 2400, but I did lose a lot of rating points, and I'm down to 1872 right now, which is more acceptable because in Chess Sigma my rating is, wait, hold on, I don't even know. Yeah, 1630 is my rating in chess.com because I started a sorry chesssigma.com, which I started a few days ago. So enough about chess.com. Let's go to the basics of the game. So basically, you can go on the learn tab. You can click on chess basics, and then you can practice how each piece moves. So this is the rook. The rook moves always in columns like this. Moves in columns, left to right and up down. So basically, this is left, right, down. Stuff that is how the rook moves. And moving over to the bishop always moves in diagonals in an X shape. So this is the diagonal. You can notice the X shape that I was talking about right here. So always moves diagonally, no other way. That is how the bishop moves. And this is the queen. The queen is the most powerful piece of the game. Okay, so basically I forgot to tell you how much each piece is worth. The rook is worth 5 points. Okay. The rook is worth 5 points. The bishop is worth 3 points. The queen is worth 9 points. The king is worth basically the entire game. It doesn't have any worth because you cannot capture a king in the game. The knight is also worth 3 points, and the pawn is worth 1 point. So the queen moves diagonally and upright, sorry, up, down, left, and right. So it's basically, you can see it's written here. The queen is the rook plus bishop in terms of movement. So it can go up, it can go diagonally, up, king always moves in one square at a time, except for when it's castling. When the king castles, it can move in a plate higher than the one square per move. It During castling, the king is usually over here, so it can move two squares over here, and then the rook moves here. Okay, so moving over to the knight. The knight always moves in an L shape. So basically, you can watch here, L shape. It forms an L. The knight is the only piece that can jump over other pieces. The only piece that can jump over other pieces is the knight, and then the next piece is the pawn. The pawn moves also at a rate of one square per move, and it captures diagonally. It is also the only piece that can be promoted to another piece when it reaches the last rank. For white pawns, the last rank would be 8, and for black pawns, the last rank would be first rank. So basically, we're going to move promote here. It can be promoted to a bishop, a rook, a knight, and a queen. Because a pawn cannot remain a pawn, it has to be promoted when it reaches the last rank, and you obviously cannot. Promote it to a king. This is what I was talking about. And that pawn always captures diagonally. Diagonally. Okay, so that's done. We're done with how many uh, pieces are worth what and how each piece moves. Let's go to fundamentals. We're going to learn how to capture. So with the rook, you can capture using like this. Your rook can capture any piece. So basically, any piece can capture any other piece in the game except for, let's say, if piece is present in the. So basically, what I want to say is, if any piece is in the vicinity of the range of motion of the piece you have. Let's say I have a queen right here. Mm, the rook is present in the range of motion over here of the queen, and so is the pawn. So it can capture either of these. Like bishop's range of motion is diagonal, so these are the two pieces present diagonally, and the rook has to be captured first, and then so basically that's that. You can learn protection now. So when your piece is already under attack, which is from the bishop over here, you're gonna always have to look for squares which aren't already controlled. So when a piece is controlled, uh, so when a square is under the range of motion of a piece, that square is called a protected square. So basically, uh, the rook is under attack from the black bishop right now, and the white bishop is controlling b1. So I cannot move to b1. Technically, I can move to b1, but that would mean I would lose my rook. So I'm going to move this to c1. That's done. And then the knight can of course move to any place it wants in an L shape. That's done. So we're gonna move ahead to combat, which is we're gonna capture and defend our pieces. So we're gonna move this first, and then this, and then this. So please note these are puzzles where the black pieces don't move. You can learn the basics in this tab, and then you can move ahead to puzzles. There are many things you can do: the puzzle street, the puzzle storm, the puzzle races. There are lots of things that you can do. So combat is basically you have to defend your piece and capture your piece on the opponent piece. Next, we're going to move on to the second one. We're going to learn how to check. So basically, when you attack the king, it's called checking the king. So basically, I can check the king both from here and from here. But if I go here, the bishop can capture my rook over there. So I'm going to move my rook to e1. And also this, if I move over here, it's gonna get my queen captured by the knight, and if I go here, it's gonna get my queen captured by the knight as well. So I'm gonna move somewhere where my queen is safe and it's also checking the king, which is h3. So we have learned how to check. Now we're gonna move ahead to getting out of check. So when your king is already in check and it has no pieces to block the attack right now, for example this one, you can move away. Simply move away. Now when you do have pieces to block the attack, you can just straight up go and block the check, and you can also capture the piece that is delivering the check, like this, and like this. Now this is the mate in one. We're gonna learn how to checkmate. So a checkmate is basically when the king is under check, but it has no safe square to move to, and there are no pieces to defend the check. So uh, right now this that will be this one, and this one you can practice everything in the puzzle section. If you go over to the puzzle section, if you go over to the puzzle section and click on puzzle themes, you can select what type of puzzles you want to solve. There are opening phases. These are the phases where you can choose if you want to practice a particular thing or a particular opening or puzzle, something like that, from a particular phase of the game. You can select what you want from over here, but it's recommended that you do a healthy mix of everything so you don't know what to expect and you remain ready for anything, just like in real games. So yeah, that's that. In the next episode I will cover checkmate patterns and some tactics like advancing pawns, hanging pieces, the pin. This is very important. Pins and forks, they are very important. So I will teach all of these and learn along with you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching so patiently. I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.